Ciao, welcome to Sicilia, the largest of Italian islands. We're separated from the mainland of Italy by the Strait of Messina. Sicilia is rich in culture and history and is influenced by the Phoenicians, Greeks, Romans, Byzantines, French, Germans, and the British. Their artwork, architecture, language, and foods are inspired by the different cultures. Some of the most important things to see are the Roman theaters and architecture, housing in Syracuse, and Baroque cathedrals. These were all built in very different eras and have remained standing and are now historical landmarks. But before I get to begin exploring Sicily, I first have to take a 16-hour flight from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina to Palermo, Sicily's capital. You can expect a round-trip flight to cost you around $3,000 if you're flying from the States. I arrive in Palermo at the Falcone Borsellino Airport, and since I've taken an Italian class of coastal, the airport's easy to navigate. But now I have to rent a car to take me around Sicily. Luckily, there's a car rental place right in the airport since it's common for travelers to need a car. Everything here is pretty spread out, so we'll start in the northern part of Sicily and head down and back around. My first stop is the Central Bailaro Street Market and the Vittoria to get something to eat. The Vittoria is a very famous market, and the word means hubbub, which this market definitely has with how crowded it is on any day. The market is a good place to bring your haggling skills so you can get the best price for your fruits, vegetables, and souvenirs. The Bailaro is the oldest food market and the best place to get traditional foods such as chickpea fritters. Also in Palermo is the Cappella Palatina, which is a glittering chapel full of Byzantine mosaics. It has an Arabic-style ceiling of wooden muqarnas. This chapel was designed by Roger II in 1130 and is an exquisite showcase of multiple cultures coming together in one masterpiece. Next, we're traveling to western Sicily, where 70% of Sicily's wine is made. Fueto Arancio, a popular winery, is about a 3 hour drive from Palermo, through the beautiful countryside where you can see many vineyards. Another spot for wine lovers is Erice, a town located 2,500 feet above Trapani. There you can visit historic Canteen Florio cellars to see how wine in Sicily has been made over time. Now I travel to southern Sicily to Syracuse. The Era Dionysius is a famous cave, named for its shape and the acoustics in the cave. There is a legend behind the cave that makes it notable. The tyrant of its time, Dionysius, used it as a prison and he would eavesdrop on the prisoners' conversations, hence the name. Syracuse is a hub for good eats. The Ortigia market is the cheapest place to eat. Eating at the market sacrifices the chance to sit down and relax, but isn't a tough sacrifice. There are so many options of meats, cheeses, seafood, vegetables, and desserts that you couldn't get in a single restaurant. A typical Syracuse dessert is ice cream and brioche. Mount Etna is Europe's tallest active volcano. At 10,810 feet tall, Etna towers over other volcanoes in Europe. It's located in the province of Catania between the cities of Catania and Messina. Thanks to Etna, the surrounding land and soil is abundant in nutrients, which makes it the third most important wine-producing area. Mount Etna erupts several times a year, with the last eruption being December 3, 2015. There's a high chance that the volcano will erupt again and destroy the town below, but the tourism perks are too great to throw away the area. People travel from all over the world to see Mount Etna, especially because the surrounding area is beautiful to hike in as well. Shopkeepers say they can always rebuild after the eruptions. The last place on my trip is the Riserva Naturale dello Zingaro, which is the part I was most excited for. The nature reserve is in Trapani, which is a province in the northwest of Sicily. Trapani is near Palermo, which is where the other half of our round-trip flight occurs. The reserve stretches across 7 kilometers of coastline and is shadowed by tall mountains behind. It's a decent hike to the first beach and even further to more secluded areas. Since it's December, the weather here in Sicily is about 50 degrees. On sunny days, it can be a little bit warmer. The temperature is a lot lower in the mountains, which we're right by because we're right by Mount Etna. While the first beach looks a lot like Myrtle Beach, it's definitely not. Sicily is beautiful, but my last view will be in the Palermo airport, and after 16 hours, I'll be back in Myrtle Beach.